home. Still wasn't feeling good, and then I passed out at home.
She thought she was going in to help save lives and make a few extra bucks on the side, but she ended up in the hospital. Good evening, I'm Trisha Keene.
And I'm Ty Quinones. Now, all of this over giving plasma, and 13 investigative reporter Joe Bartels examines what happened that caused a donor to pass out not once, but twice.
There's at least a half a dozen blood plasma donation locations around the Las Vegas Valley. The woman you are about to meet says her donation did not go as expected and may leave her with permanent nerve damage.
It was a long needle.
Helen Summers has given blood before, but this time she decided to donate plasma, a liquid that contains proteins, glucose, and other dissolved nutrients. It's used for life-saving medicines in emergency and trauma care. Centers pay you a small stipend for your plasma. Helen chose to donate here at this Las Vegas Octapharma location near downtown.
The girl first tried to poke me on my right arm where they couldn't find a vein, so they poked it on my left arm.
Helen claims she was nearly done with her donation when she passed out and woke up to staff checking her blood pressure.
I guess 20 minutes later they let me go home. They didn't ask me if I drove or took a bus. I drove home, took me 20 minutes to get home. Still wasn't feeling good, and then I passed out at home.
Helen had to be taken to North Vista Hospital. There, doctors evaluated her for possible dehydration, but a specialist found there was a complication, likely nerve damage from a hematoma or swelling of clotted blood under the skin connected to the blood plasma extraction.
This could have been a lot worse than what it is.
Peter Isu is Helen's attorney.
It's incredibly alarming that these plasma centers are allowed to continue to operate without having a physician on site so that we can ensure that we can avoid these problems.
Isu says he filed this lawsuit claiming negligence for letting Helen leave so soon after passing out. He says more should have been done to watch her to make sure she was okay before leaving the facility.
Usually the screening process filters that out. If you're underweight, if you're dehydrated, if you're anemic, you're not going to donate.
Family physician and nationally syndicated radio show host Dr. Dahlia Wax says there's usually a period of time that patients are watched after an episode of dizziness or fainting.
We give them sugar like cookies. You know, like you'll notice a lot of the blood banks will offer cookies, will offer juice, just in case they're low on sugar. And then we also give them fluids and we hydrate them. And then we watch them from anywhere from 15 to 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how dizzy, how symptomatic they were.
13 Investigates reached out to Octapharma, but a request for comment was not returned. Online reports show in 2012 a very similar situation happened in Louisiana when a woman's arm became swollen and started to burn. She fainted in the parking lot of an Octapharma location and hit her head and tailbone in the parking lot.
We now have prior situations that are leading up to, what are we waiting for to happen next? I mean, it's very alarming.
13 Investigates has learned the responsible physician does not have to be present at the collection site according to law, but must delegate oversight to a trained person who can oversee and respond to known adverse responses associated with the blood collection procedures. Helen and her attorney are demanding changes to the law to require a doctor to be present at all times. They are seeking more than $10,000 in damages. Joe Bartels, 13 Action News.